Greetings and welcome to the energy of Gemini. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Tarot of the Twin Sun is a functional division within the order of the Twin Sun. Please take only what you will. Today is a day we're going to do a prognosis for the month of February 2024 for the energy of Gemini. This is a third house reading. Mercury rules it, and Mercury is about movement. It's about movement, and it's about short-term trips. It's about friends associated with this type of movement. It's about shifting friends. It's about a two-faced quality, okay? The ability to be in between different modes of intellectual discourse, different types of psychic subtleties, okay? This is also the path of the initiate, the student. So we are here to be students of the third house, of Mercury, and to learn through this media, okay, our social media, something about what's going to occur for the month of February 2024 in terms of Gemini and a significant other, okay. We'll be using a tool known as the Great Mirror to achieve this. The Great Mirror is a tool devised by the Twin Sun to see particular karmic resonances, karmic energies in which there are transactions between Gemini and a significant other, person, place, or thing. Now, when Gemini deals with this person, there are going to be certain blocks and challenges when it deals with the situation. So when you're watching this, choose a person, or the person will emerge from the cards, and there will be some form of interpretation. However much this interpretation is completely resonant is not what we're here to qualify. Please take only what you will. I do thank you for tuning in, and wishing you the best in this year. So far, there is a need to stabilize. You would do this by really becoming a proprietor of your reality, by grounding in terms of the most reasonable thing to do is to ground. The thing is that once you ground, there's something karmic that is released. There's something about the idea and the hidden resource of knowledge, of knowledge of karmic situations that's encompassed in the 10th house, okay? Now, 10th house is ruled by Saturn, as well as the 11th. There's something about the movement from the 10th to the 11th that calls for a type of maturity. The idea here is to use Mercury to be able to give your insight, your vision, your idealizations to a certain person, okay, a particular person where it deserves to be. You're coming from a place where there's a needy culture around you, and you become a king or an example in this needy culture, and you rise above it somehow. This is by knowing the secret resource, okay, the secret idealization of your time, your resources, your grounding, your reality, how you can also bring about a secondary reality that is not known to others, okay? So this grounding is kind of the effect, what happens there. The Six of Pentacles comes out of that. And you can give to altruistically, you can give your time to others. It doesn't have to be real time. It's idealized time. Okay, you can give a promise, you can give a commitment, you can work on this type of sacrifice. Okay, it's a gift to others. Now, there's this idea of total abnegation, okay, which is a sociological concept in which the person that gives the most, that sacrifices the most on a social level, is actually the supreme, okay, the best in terms of how powerful you can become. So the more you give, the more humble you are somehow, and the more you gain a certain sense of social notoriety, and that's through total abnegation. It's a sacrifice. So you can sacrifice something about your ideal in order to ground, okay, in the month of February. And this is a pragmatic choice. It's one of realism, harsh realism, and it will have a long-lasting effect. Now, we have the Three of Cups in the near future. There's something about being let down by others after you do this action. Okay, and then putting up walls, protecting yourself, protecting your path, why you've chosen to do this. Okay, so sacrificing something about your idealized time puts you into a pragmatic mode that releases karmas. Okay, and it also allows for a complete surrender of some sort, but it lets down other people. Perhaps because they know it's an idealized version of your time, of your energy. Perhaps they know it's something of a placebo for them. But like I said, there's this needy culture, and somehow you are led to be an example of how to get out of it, how to protect yourself from it. Okay, so we are now moving into the Great Mirror. You must surrender thought in order to find contentment. This is a path of maturity. This type of contentment, it's like sacrificing intuition, surrendering intuition, it's like closing yourself off. So there is a great deal of solitude that is required, a great deal of shut mouth, if you will, that is required for this process to occur, to find peace. At the same time, you're dealing with people who are disempowered. Okay, whatever. Okay, interesting declaration. Six of Swords in reverse. This showed up also for Sagittarius. And it's a direct card. Six of Swords in reverse. Five of Swords in the down right position. Down left position. We have here also Virgo's energy coming through in the path of the Hermit. Hermit moves away from the Tower, or Hermit comes from the Tower. Hermit comes from what occurs with the Tower. Also, the Tower is watched over by the energy of the Sun in this particular deck. We have the 11 of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so a movement back, understanding in great isolation the departure from this tower. This person represents a tower. They're like a father figure. Let's see here. They have the agency of Venus watching over them. It's the priestess energy in reverse. They have judgment in the reverse. They have also the Ace of Rods in the reverse. There is a lot that needs to be expressed by this person. It has to do with the passing on of judgment, passing judgment on, doing that action of judging and then passing the judgment on. There's a lot of suppressed energy here that needs to be understood. There's a lot of imbalance. I want to call it imbalance, and there is a lot of anger inside of what they inside of their subconscious mind. Palm. Okay, when it comes to the actual connection, it's like reconnecting with this person on a deep level. there is a projection of romance on their side onto you. You come out as the hermit. You don't want anything to do with this. At the same time, you are called to deal with reality, to be pragmatic, to not give where it is unnecessary. It is superfluous. Oh, whoa, that is intense. So what I see here is, generally speaking, for Gemini, a need for you to protect your own energy, to negotiate tensions and release, to also find a path that is completely your own. We have here the five of wands in the bridge position. There is something about finding the path, or being the path. The path gets walked over. Once you become the path, you are walked over by its disciples, and they have to deal with the Four of Pentacles, 4 moons, trying to be in the present, trying to find a sense of closure in the present. Observing the river, observing from a distance, but then all this energy that is suppressed. High Priestess, the Empress is not happy in the reverse. Judgment in the reverse means that there's a reanimation of things. It's a tricky situation. There's something like a friend, a connection that you're dealing with, or even perhaps a lover. They project onto you and then you close off. There's something about this where the 11 of Swords in the reverse, it speaks about a pain that goes beyond time and space. You learning from this pain, you putting up your walls, those walls being protective, but also being your barrier between you and this person making a connection properly. There is a hidden path also brought up by the Bonne Femme. That's the Queen of Rods. She negotiates a hidden path with this person, but you have to be practical. Okay, embrace the Nine of Cups. There's something about your contentment that is rightfully earned in the karma that you're dealing with now that has nothing to do, it is completely exclusive from the situation. Observe that contentment, observe the role of romance, the role of emotional transaction, and objectify those emotions, okay? There's something about your own subjectivity, the way you do things, the way you progress throughout your own path that is completely your own, and it has nothing to do with this person. That's the very best advice I can give to you right now. There's something about an emotional contentment that protects you from toxicity, and perhaps that is where you're supposed to be. They mirror this with the Four of Cups. Okay, Four of Cups means that they have to go deeply within to figure out what they really desire. Okay, this is the best I can do. All right, thank you. Bye bye.